Well, hello there again. So I think that this will be my last video for the day in the list. Tomorrow I will upload the remaining videos of the fall season, fall anime season that I do watch, because I do also have one or two other series that I need to watch the final episode of the series, and I still did not have the time to do it. So, nonetheless, this series I also watched yesterday night, the last episode of the second season, titled Freezing Vibration. And Freezing is a Japanese manga that is written by a Korean named Lin Dalyong, and is illustrated by Kwang Yoon Kim. Um, and the manga began in 27th of January of 27, and it still is ongoing, and as this moment it has 21 volumes. The first anime season aired between 10th of January of 2011 until 7th of April of 2011, 12 episodes and 6 ovas. And then we also have two, let's say, three spin-off series: the Freezing First Chronicle, that has one volume, Freezing Zero, that has three volumes, and Freezing Parallel Stories, that is ongoing still. And finally we have this second season, titled Freezing Vibration, that aired between 4th of October of 2013 until 20th of December of 2013, 12 episodes, the series. And basically these stories centers around mainly two characters, three, let's say. A boy named Kazuya Aoi, that is a limiter, and he was the brother of a late Pandora that was a great Pandora, and the heroine of the one of the Nova clashes, and basically this is kinda also setting in a futuristic world where planet Earth is menacing by alien menace, or beings of another dimension called Nova. And basically to fight the Nova, they implanted some stigmas into women that are compatible with those stigmas, and two of those women, one is Satellizer Bridget, the main, one of the main characters of the manga, and another one is Rana Linshin, that comes from Tibet. And we have a lot of other characters. And basically it tells their story, how they met, how they know each other, the fights they do, and they also reveal the past in the list of Satellizer Bridget, and especially in this second season they did it very well, because the second season basically follows the second half of the story, no, the third half of the story. The story that is the title of the series is the A Pandora Project, and basically there was a project done by Chevalier, that is the organization that controls all the Pandoras in the world. And there was one scientist, the Dr. O'Hara, that began doing experiments trying to make regular human able to fight on pair with Pandoras, because the high rating kill of Pandoras in the battle camp. So to compensate that, she is kind of trying to develop a system that allows normal human beings to use some kind of Pandora powers to fight back against the Nova invasion. But before this, we have a arc that is the Louis arc, and it's a very dark and obscure arc where we learn the background of Satellizer Bridget and what happened with his brother or half brother Louis, and the abuse he suffered and such. It's a very, 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 very dark arc. And the way they join the two arcs in this new series, it was very intelligent and very interesting, because to be blunt, if they did animated the Louis arc the way it was in the manga, it was rating for an audience above 18, 19 or 20 because it's a very, very, very dark arc and it shows us a really sick and dark side of human beings that it's pretty fucked up. But the way they kind of show that and they kind of were able to explain the past of Satellizer of Bridget, but without all the emotive emo- and all the emotions that when you read the manga and you are reading the Louis arc, you will be pissed off with this guy. You will be really pissed off because what he did and the way they did it in the second season. I think they have two episodes more or less around this subject, but they are very not equal to the way it was in the manga, obviously. But nonetheless, they gave us the information needed to understand the past of Satellizer of Bridget and why she fears that other people touches her and such. So the way they do it in the series, Freezing Vibration, it was very intelligent. They did not cut the arc, but they kind of turned it very light. But nonetheless, they kind of gave us the hint about what happened in Satellizer past and to understand her as a character, and that was very intelligent and it was very good the way the producers of the series did. And then we have the A Pandora project, basically, that eventually the women that are subject to the experiments, one of them is killed, and this kind of propels as emotion on the odd remaining survivors that they are being used as tools, but they know that since the start. But then when they order the continuation of the experiments, they rebel and enter in rebellion against the Chevalier and the Pandoras that were bring across all the world from Germany, from the United States, from England, from China, from Korea, even the characters from Japan. From Japan, we have Satellizer, we have Chiffon Fairchild, we have uh, I forgot the Rana Lynchian, obviously, because she is in Japan at this point. We have more. Elizabeth Mabley, that is a very important character in this arc. And then we also have others characters we have that appeared. We have Cassie Lockhart that also appears, um, and from the world we have Roxanne that came from USA. We have Charles Bonaparte that came from France. We have Julian Lundberg that comes from Germany, and it was very interesting. And from the Pandoras, we have Amelia Evans, that is the main heroine of the Pandoras, and others like Gina Papleton and Rattle, and others that are no named in the series. Um, so this is quite interesting, and this is a small arc because after this arc it starts um, the Valkyrie arc begins. But maybe I still think that Freezing will get another season besides Freezing Vibration, because the manga is very popular and has a lot of viewers and such, and the anime is also quite popular. So I don't have any doubts that eventually, probably next year, most likely they could, or in 2 years maybe, in the least, in the maximum. But I think in a year now, probably we will have another Freezing anime series covering the remaining parts of the story. So, but this second season I liked the series. It was it kind of felt short. It kind of felt short because there are a lot of information, and I'm not speaking about Louis Ark. Like I did say, I do understand and I like the way they portray this arc in this freezing vibration. But I think if I did read this a long time ago, but I think that some information and even some characters were cut short or they were not so well developed as they were in the manga. Nonetheless, it's a very enjoyable series, very good. I like the series. I like especially the way they put the Pandora project, and inside the Pandora project they put the Louis Ark or the references or the main important references of the Louis Ark. They did bring it to the series, so that's it. So if I'm needing to give a rating to the series, I will probably rate the series in between 6.5 and 7. For me, it was a very good series. Um, I like it. I like the way they did it. Some animation were a little bit. I think that the quality of the animation it was better in the first season than in the second season at some parts. Nonetheless, it's enjoyable. I wasn't. I must say that I'm not quite fond of the soundtrack of the second season. I don't know why, but it was kind of rather strange, not so appealing as the first, as the intros of the first season. So maybe these are the negative sides of this series freezing vibration. Nonetheless, the rest remains and is very positive. So this is it. This is my final impressions on freezing vibration, the second season of freezing. Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay well, peace, and see you soon. Thanks for watching.